Hello, beautiful souls. So dance to the white dragon here. To do the vibe of the week. Intuitive shamanic with intuitive shamanic tarot reading. This is Dream Dust, and that's how we work. I have the subject of the question that I want to ask, which is about forgiveness. I've been working on heart a lot, and I certainly hope. Hello, Joanna. All right, not a problem, but Joanna, let me just do the reading first and type in a yes if you can hear me clearly, please, honey. I want to make sure that my volume is correct. Okay, so let me just do the reading first. The vibe of the week is all about forgiveness. I've been working on my heart a lot, and where did I see it? Where did I see it? Yeah, I was listening to John Newton, or Newton, according to how you pronounce it, who does the ancestral. He has a free ancestral clearing and monthly paid sessions. So I was doing some ancestral clearing with him on forgiveness. Okay, fantastic, Joanna. Thank you. And that forgiveness, in fact, is so very important, because I don't know if many realize that a lot of times the shit that we go through has nothing to do with the present life, with our present circumstances. It is sometimes generational. So I had to do some clearing on one of those aspects for myself this morning. That was releasing energy. So let me ask Dream Dust. This is the deck that I just showed you. Dream Dust is a pack of abstract painted cards, numbering I think 78 or something, with the 21 major arcana cards in the deck and 50 something in the minor arcana. Okay, so straight up question: what does forgiveness do for us when we tap into it? What does forgiveness do for us? Because you see, no one can just decide, I am going to forgive this person. Because number one, let me tell you all this seriously, you do not have to forgive anybody. You have to forgive yourself. Once that is unraveled, it generates a vibration and energy which begins to cascade down, whether it's all the way forward in time, and definitely all the way back through generations. So the question: what does forgiveness do for us? I think that was the question. Yes, it definitely lowers the burden, Joanna, because a lot of the time we don't realize that the load, the burden that we are carrying is linked to the pain that we are experiencing on a daily basis. And we do not make the connection between ourselves, how we react to different people and different situations. Because sometimes we react to the same people. And what I mean by the same people, when I say the same people, I mean different people with the same vibration. And that is when it's like having the same relationship with different people. You know, partnerships, intimate partners, whatever. Because we have not dealt with the issue that has arisen. So, for instance, you keep choosing the same kind of man or you keep choosing the same kind of woman, even though it's different people. Alright, so forgiveness. Oh my goodness, now what a perfect response. This is the awakening card. This awakening card is number 20, yes. So basically, and it's a major arcana card. Oh, releasing energy, boy. Hello, Pedro. So what happens here? This is the response to the question about forgiveness. And basically, what does forgiveness do for us? We begin to awaken. That's what this card is basically telling us. The card says, you have climbed a mountain, now reward yourself. Gratitude for everything that you have accomplished is absolutely essential. Rejoice and be grateful for everything you have. You have climbed this mountain. You have toiled very hard. You have faced and overcome all the difficulties laid in your path. You have slogged up this mountain. It was very, very difficult. And now that you're at the top, you need to just open your arms and say, yes, I made it. I did it. I didn't think I would be here. I didn't think I was going to be here. I didn't think I would make it or could make it because it was so difficult. But here I am. And that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful card. Now this card is green and white. And the green is the color of the heart. The white is peace, and it's also the color of creator, source, infinite intelligence, God, spirit, whatever name you want to give to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And I see 3 polar bears on this card. Where my fingers are, 1, 2, 3. Polar bears are symbols of courage, very powerful symbols. Pedro, if you have a question, please ask. Please put it in the chat. Polar bears are symbols of courage and overcoming terrible adversity. You can't get better than this. It's a beautiful response. So this is telling you, beautiful souls, yeah, this is what forgiveness does for us. This is a new start. It's a brand new start. So think about the new ambitions. Think about new things that you want to accomplish. Pedro, I have no idea what's happening with your spirituality. So you need to get, you need to ask your question in a different way. That is too broad and too general. Okay, Pedro? Because I don't know what that means. So I can tell you right off the bat that I don't know. That kind of question, Pedro, I can only accept in a private session because it is too wide, too deep, too large. So this is the response. This is a new start. See, when you forgive, this is a new start. Tap into the new ambitions. Reward yourself. Life is a process of rebirth, because what many people don't know or don't understand is that death is the opposite of birth. Nothing else. Okay? So this is the response. This is a brand new day. Rise up, open your heart, and allow compassion to flow through. Be the conduit. Be like the earth. Think of yourself like the earth. And picture a river as it flows, as it meanders, and it is simply passing through your body, which is the earth, to get to the other side. That's really what this card is saying. Rejoice. Write out a list of gratitudes. Identify any new projects that you want to start working on. I'm looking at the dog who is bringing something that I don't want her to bring here. No, come, 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 come. No, no, Joy. Um, that awakening card also means a possible career change. That's interesting. I never saw that before. But it's a brand new start. Awakening, opening, expansion, transformation. Because you do transform, when you forgive. Alright, so let me go to Joanna now. Um Joanna. Joanna, you wanted a general reading. Okay. You want a general reading. Alright, what does Joanna Marie need to know right now for her highest good? Pedro, if you have you need to clarify that question, guy, my dear. Okay? So in the meantime, I'll deal with Joanna. And if you have not dropped in a question by the time I'm finished with Joanna, I shall just do a general reading for you, Pedro. Okay? If that's not what you want, be a bit more specific. Alright, what does Joanna Marie need to know right now for her highest good? What does Joanna Marie need to know right now for her highest good? Oh, this is beautiful. We got lots of movement going on here, Joanna. Eight of Fire, that's the card. Lots of movement. A lot of things are happening. You're giving birth, quote unquote, to something new. You have a powerful project because I'm seeing an egg. This orange thing in here, I see an egg. Alright? That's what that looks like to me. It's orange. And that orange means creativity. So you are working your butt off, girl. It's a beautiful card. Eight is the number for prosperity and abundance. 8 is the number for prosperity and abundance. The fire is the fire of your passion. You are definitely fired up and you are raring to go. And that also is a gorgeous thing. I like it, I like it, I like it. 8 of Fire says movement, fast-paced change, enthusiasm and energy are abundant. Travel and progress are on the cards, Joanna Marie. However, be sure to pay attention to details because when things are happening very quickly, we do tend to lose focus. No, not focus so much. We may become a little overwhelmed or perhaps overly excited and we don't pay attention to detail as we need to. And that is very important, Joanna Marie. Okay? So, I'm seeing green, but I'm also seeing these other lines here. Yes, they show up perfectly purple, which means you need to pay attention to your intuition, Joanna. It has a lot to tell you and you need to listen. I'm seeing some nice yellow in there as well. That's in your third chakra, your gut. So you are definitely fired up. What are you feeling exactly, Joanna? This is a beautiful, beautiful card. It has lots of energy, and you are now striving forward because you had some uncertainty in your life. You experienced some uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and now you are stepping out of it. And that's great. Um, Persevere. Persevere. Don't give up. Don't give up. There is much that awaits you, and you need to continue on this path. Allow this fire to push you forward. Your enthusiasm and energy are abundant. That's what all of this orange is. It's literally fire. It's literally fire, as in the flame. You have to make sure, though, Joanna Marie, that you communicate, and that you communicate clearly, because this is where you see that communication or lack of it. If the communication is dropped, this is where details could be lost. Okay, I say could, maybe. So be sure that when you are treating with others, when you are speaking with others, you ensure that you are understood. So if your antenna goes up for whatever reason, pause. Go back to the person and say, even if that person didn't ask a question, go back to the person and say, you know, I just want to be sure that I was clear on this particular issue. And you repeat yourself. That's all you need to do, my dear. You are on target, Joanna Marie, and it is all good to go. This is a beautiful card. Passion, integrity, enthusiasm, love, moving forward. It's a beautiful card. I love it. You should already be very busy. Actually, you should be very busy already. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, I think that's it for the reading for you, Joanna Marie. All right, let me give Pedro a general reading, because this is what's happening with my spirituality. Hello, that doesn't work like that. Okay, so what does Pedro need to know right now for his highest good? What does Pedro need to know right now for his highest good? What does Pedro need to know right now for his highest good? Pedro, you are an intellectual authority figure. You can break down complex information for people and explain it to them in a very simple and understandable way. That, mister, is a gift, because not many people can do that at all. This card is the Wind Shaman. You see those thoughts that you're having about your spirituality, Pedro? You are having the wrong kind of thoughts. This is what wind. Wind on these cards mean thoughts, thinking. So basically, you have a lot of mental flatulence going on there, Pedro. Okay? You're just thinking too much, and actually you're thinking about it in the wrong way. Because what's happening is that you have not, see this card, you have not taken your seat on the mountain here. Pedro, you are highly admired. People come to you for advice, for counsel. You are very good at it. See, it's like you are one of the figures here, treating with a supplement. I don't know what you mean. You're losing. What are you losing, Pedro? I don't understand. You need to take your seat up here, Pedro. You need to sit in your power. Your power is communication. which is why this mountain is blue. You are a natural, well, everybody's a natural shaman. You just have to get help, support to develop the skills that are innate in you, but your communication skills and the way that you can speak about complex ideas or break things down so that the regular man on the street can understand them, this is what you do. You can take thoughts out of the air and explain a metaphysical idea in regular layman's terms. Not everyone can do that. It's confused. Explain to me, what do you mean by what is confusing? Actually, go ahead and drop it in, but what is confusing? This is what I mean. You see, it's the wind, the windy thoughts. You are thinking about the situation in the wrong way. When Shaman says you are a highly skilled problem solver, you are a pillar of strength to many because you are able to see the truth in all things. Like me. All right, well, Pedro, first of all, what you need to do is find someone who can assist you to close the door, because remember, it is your choice. You do not have to be subjected to anything at all. So if there are entities, if there are ghosts, if there are whatever it is, you can call in Archangel Michael to protect you, to shield you. What you can do is at your home, at night in particular, you can ask Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel to stand one each in the four corners of your property to shield it from all low level vibrations and entities. That's important. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing is, you can also ask Archangel Michael to shield you and to let me use the word, rid you of these things that are pestering you. But I would suggest, because you can ask them, you can ask him to know which is of the light, right? So the first thing is, you ask that every night before you go to sleep, that you call them in and you ask them to stand in the four corners of your property or of your house, your yard, your whatever it is, to shield you from all low level vibrations. But here's another trick that I was taught by a teacher of mine about 4 years ago. What you need to do is imagine that forget about all of that, Pedro. Pedro, let's be simple. You're going too complex. You call in Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. I'm not going to repeat myself. You'll have to come back to the replay. This is at 24 minutes. No, start at 22 minutes to re-listen to what I have to say. Now, once that is done, here is what you do. You imagine that your house or your gateway, your doorway is like 10 miles away or 100 miles away from where you are. Okay? Now, once it is that far away, nothing can enter your home because of the distance. Do not take other people's, uh, I want to say advice when it starts to get so technical of what you spoke about here. Because when you don't know about something, you are going to get yourself in trouble by messing with stuff that you don't know anything about. It does not concern you. Keep it simple. And simple are the four archangels. They are all of the light. Nothing and no one can beat Archangel Michael. I mean, nobody. Okay? So you have Michael, the strength, the force, and the power. You have Uriel, which is the light. You have Gabriel, who is the healer, and no, Raphael is the healer, and Gabriel, I forget what Gabriel does. Gabriel is also of the light, you know, but she does something else as well. The point is, you call in these four. Okay? Every night, as I said. In addition to which, imagine that um, the entrance to your home, as I said, is 10 miles away or 100 miles away or whatever it is, which means that these entities that you cannot control are so far away that they cannot get to you. That's the next thing. Also, you need to stand up for yourself. Okay? And that means that you need to question them and ask them. Number one, tell them that you don't want them close to you. So tell them where to stand and question them. The first question you must ask is, are you of the light? They must answer. They must answer. And then you can tell them, I don't want you here, be gone, or whatever word you wanna use for it. That's first. The next thing is, those who remain, if any scare you, then tell them that you don't want them in your presence. That's it. They must leave. Okay? That's the next thing. Also, they would not be coming to you if they didn't have something to share. It is possible that they are guides who want to work with you, but as I said, it's important, Pedro, that you understand. If something scares you, you tell it to be gone, to leave. Simple. You can ask Michael to create a shield around you. You can also picture yourself like in a shielded by pure light in a white, like a white egg shaped something. All right? Arms length, so that you have all the space to move around, that because that's really your aura, and you work with that. But this is really quite simple and straightforward, Pedro. It's not difficult, so I really need you to go back to at minute 22 to re-listen to what I have just said. Also, remember what I said, it could be that they are your spirit guides, or they have something that you need to know. So you ask, what do you need to tell me? And if there is, because you want to know who they are they of the light? Why are they there? You have to listen. Okay? I don't know if you are clairvoyant. Okay, you are clairvoyant because you're seeing them. But I don't know if you are clairaudient, if you hear when they speak. Or if you are clairsentient, which means that instead of hearing words, you hear feelings, and the feelings translate into words for you that are clearly understandable. You have to know what your gift is. Okay, Pedro, and I keep wanting to call you Michael. That's interesting. So once you find out that they are, notice I'm repeating myself for the third time. Once you discover that they are of the light, you ask them, why are they here? um, and you wait for the response. You are not helpless. Also, if anything is said that is not clear to you, that you do not understand, you must ask for clarification. And not only that, please remember that you are in charge. So you can say that you are not allowed to visit me except during the day at such and such a time, and we will sit in the garden or we'll sit wherever to speak. You are in charge and you have a choice and a voice. This is all about free will. I don't buy into all of this bullshit that people talk about, that think these things come and, I'm being pestered and no, 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 no. You are in charge, Pedro, I repeat. Ask questions and wait for the answers. So you're gonna ask them remember to ask them who they are, ask for the name, ask them why they are here and what do they have to tell you or what do they have to share with you. Your feeling, because if you're feeling scared, it's perfectly alright, then you tell them all to leave. Simple and straightforward. But if there is one particular one that you feel good about, I just heard that they are angels. But you see, why human beings become afraid of these things is simply because the invisible angels, archangels, beings of the light, they vibrate on a totally different spectrum. They vibrate on a totally different level of energy, and consequently, we human beings vibrate on a much lower level. So when they come into our presence according to who they are, they appear distorted, they look different, etc. So hear what? You can also request that they change their appearance. Seriously. Remember, the power is in your hands and you have free will. Most important is imagining that your doorway is 10 miles away. I used 10 miles away for years, and then all that shit stopped happening, right? And that's a very cool trick, because it's all about the mind. I cannot say that. It's based on your feeling, Pedro. It's based on your feelings. So if when I say feelings, I don't mean like emotions, It's what you are feeling inside. If that thing feels scary, tell it to get the fuck out. End of story. There is no, well, and maybe. No, 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 no. You have free will. And if you do not like something exactly in the same way, you tell it to get out and never return. That's it. That's it. Why are you trying to communicate? Because, Pedro, trying will never work. It doesn't work. Trying doesn't work. Why? Because something fell on the floor. You bend over and you try to pick it up. You're trying to pick it up. You're not picking it up. You are trying. That's why I say trying doesn't work. It's like Master Yoda. It's either you do or you do, but you don't try, because trying doesn't work. So instead of trying to communicate, you clear the field. You decide that you are only going to communicate with one. You ask Michael to, oh, you're a medium. Aha. Pedro, you are a medium. Mediums treat with spirits, people who have died. Here's what I am going to suggest to you. There is a woman by the name of, I hope you have some money. There is a fantastic woman by the name of Raven Many Voices. Let me just type it in here. She talks to dragons, she's a medium, she's fantastic, she talks to fairies, she's fantastic. I don't like dealing with the dead. I really don't care. I don't like dealing with the dead because when I was very small, they used to come and sit on my bed, lay on my bed. I was terrified for years, and there was nobody that I could tell. Okay? You have to stop trying to put rules. You need to call in Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and then you tell them to create order in the way that you want it. Pedro, you are trying to do this on your own, and it is not going to work. You need powerful help. And this is what I am attempting to give you. So you need to call in the big guns. But also, Pedro, you must have your own guides. You cannot do this on your own, and you must have your own guides. So where are your guides, Pedro? This is a problem. Where are your guides? Your guides can sort this out for you. But since it doesn't sound as if you have any, you need to decide when you are going to turn your radio off, my dear man. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. So the first thing is to make sure that you turn down your antenna. It does take practice. I have had years of practice. You turn down your antenna. You physically close the door by imagining, as I said, that your doorway, perhaps in your case it should be 100 miles away, I don't know. But in any case, you have 4 big guns at your disposal. I don't know what Umbanda is, Pedro. But if you are seeing spirits, they are trying to communicate, and you have a choice. You need to get some good help to give you proper guidelines to follow on how to do this. Okay? So I'm going to type the woman's name in here. Raven Many Voices. Find her. She's a fantastic medium. She talks to dragons, fairies, all sorts of stuff. Find her on the internet. Book a session with her. I don't know what these names are, Pedro. I really don't. I know about Ogum. I have heard of Ogum. Alright, let me say that. Forget about all of these names. Alright, from Umbanda to Ogum, Orisha, etc., etc. Leave all that alone. Contact Raven Many Voices. Find out how much is a session and ask her for guidance on how to deal with this situation. You have guides, and it doesn't sound to me as if you even know who your guides are. That's a problem, because your guides can protect you as well. You also have archangels and ascended masters at your disposal, and you seem to be totally out into space there. etc., etc. Contact Raven, book a session, pay whatever it is you have to pay, and she is going to set you on the right track. There are many others that I know, however, in your case, Raven Many Voices is the person you need. Also, she does small paid courses. Talk to her, talk to her. She does small paid courses which will be much cheaper than going to her. But in your case, mister, book a session with her. I guarantee you she will put you on the right track. You will get all the assistance that you need. Okay? Excellent. And on that note, my beautiful fellow, but go back from minute 22 when I sign off and re-listen to what I have said, and then find Raven and book a session. She has a website. Okay, Pedro? And on that note, ciao, people.